Hi, it's Jeff Ondash, and welcome to a special edition of Out and About. And I am with Douglas Hemming from C-SPAN. This is an incredible tour that you're on with this bus.
It sure is, Jeff. We're having a lot of fun. We are in the middle of our 50 Capitals tour. We're traveling around to each state house around the country, visiting the state house itself and doing a live program each week. And then, of course, we're doing various stops in between. And we happen to be in Boardman on behalf of Armstrong today, meeting with some students here at Boardman High School, having a blast.
So you've now, how many, up to this point, how many capitals have you visited?
13 so far.
13, with Columbus, Ohio, of course, being the best, right?
Well, we have plenty to go. They're all good. They all offer something. It's all neat. It's a great way to see the country, a great way to see what's going on in the States.
It's going to be a very, very long tour for you. So, and this is an incredible bus, the way you have it set up. So you'll come to the state capitals, but the high school tours have to be very interesting for you because you have a lot of young minds coming through here with tons and tons of questions.
They are. When we're not at state houses, we love to visit colleges and high schools and middle schools. And there are two components to a high school tour. We bring them on the back of the bus and we do a sit-down little presentation talking about C-SPAN, talking about our resources, our educational content. And then the front of the bus, where we are right now, we have 11 kiosks, and we turn them loose and let them explore the content on their own. So it's very interactive.
Back in the day when I went to school, I graduated in '76, and one of the curriculum we had to take was a civics class. And it seems over the years, civics has kind of gone away, and politics from the younger generation has maybe waned a little bit. C-SPAN has been a big part of trying to bring that back, and this is one of the reasons. You're trying to integrate kids back again with knowing about how their government works, and I think that's a wonderful thing that you're doing.
Well, I think that's kind of the idea behind the bus is to create that awareness and let people know, hey, there are a lot of resources out there that we can follow along and see what's going on in Washington. So this bus reaches out directly to the students, lets them know that, hey, I can use C-SPAN not only in the classroom, but as I'm getting ready to vote. A lot of first-time voters that we interact with. So there's wonderful resources. They can see what's going on and make informed decisions.
Anything that they want to do, they could learn. They just touch on it. Let's go to, you said one of the best ones was quiz, so they can actually take a quiz on, and this happens to be a legislative quiz, probably on how House resolutions are passed, and which many people in our country today have absolutely no idea about how that whole process works.
Well, 10 questions on that one, and it's various questions, so it's some pretty hard ones as well. So, but the idea again is to expose them to a resource that maybe they didn't know about, let them while they have some fun as well.
And it is a good way. Learning with fun is always a good way here. And the kids coming through here, do they have many questions coming after this when they get out of the bus?
You know, I think from doing this for such a long time, the C-SPAN bus program's been around for a long time, and I think what I see from a personal experience is kids do have awareness. They are concerned what's going on. And when they see a resource like this, they take advantage of it. They use social media, they use different media. So C-SPAN is something that they will use, and they have an awareness about it. And it's really refreshing to see them involved in the process.
And because it is such a different digital world today, you hit on the key thing with how they use social media. C-SPAN obviously is very, very involved with social media.
We are. C-SPAN's very much involved with all of our programming. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the regular feeds that social media outlets that everyone else has. It's important. It's changed the landscape of media and information, and we're out there as well.
And you don't know who that next kid that's going to come through this bus could someday, maybe in 20 years, be the next president of the United States. And it could be spawned all because of this tour through the C-SPAN bus.
Well, and that's it. You hit it right in the head. You never know who, if we can inspire somebody, if we can motivate them and make them aware of what's out there, we can let a spark, hopefully. And that's kind of the idea behind the partnership between Armstrong and C-SPAN with this C-SPAN bus program.
I am here with Boardman trustee Larry Moliterno. Larry, thanks for showing up today for the C-SPAN bus.
Oh, this is wonderful. It's been a great event. It's been a great morning so far.
How do you feel about something like the bus coming in here and helping out the kids? And is it something that's needed to get them involved in our community and involved not so much in politics, but how government really works?
Well, I've been impressed so far with all the kids who are here and the questions that they're asking. It's very impressive. You can tell that they're pretty knowledgeable about it. But what this does is it actually allows them to make connections, and it actually allows them to meet the individuals who are involved in politics locally. I think you've seen some state representatives here, our congressmen here, our local representatives, so they can actually look face to face into these folks. Because if you think about this, everything that we're about to do is about them, especially in our community. Every decision that we made needs to be about how do we make our community a better place when they're adults, and how do we get them encouragement to want to stay here? How do we give them opportunities to want to stay in the valley and not want to move away? And I think that's why it's really important that they get involved, because sometimes younger people they feel disenfranchised. And I think this is a great opportunity to get them engaged.
It shows them that they're important and their voice does matter.
Absolutely. I think, just being here, I think it's just watching the way that they were listening and how intent they were listening, because I don't think that they've had these opportunities often enough.
This is a wonderful opportunity for kids because, when you look at their faces, and some of the questions were pretty good that they asked you, when you look at their faces, that was us, 20 years, 30 years ago, and we had no idea what we wanted to do, and we didn't know how to get involved in either politics or government. How important is it for something like this to come to our community, this bus, to engage kids?
It shows that when the kids get to go out there and go on that bus, it shows that people think it's important to have them engaged, right? If you look around and it doesn't seem like you have any opportunity, that you don't have a path to get engaged, and you don't do it as a young person because you're too busy with your life in that particular day. So it's important for elected officials, it's important for people in politics to engage young people, because these are future generations. I have a 3 and a 5-year-old home, and I think about them every single day. And when I see these high school kids and I come to the classes all across the state, they ask questions that are amazing. So I think we're really going to see young people have a big stake in this election in 2018 and the presidential in 2020, and I think that's a good thing.
And the way I took it when I heard some of the questions, that actually now they're starting to get back involved. They want to have a voice. And the C-SPAN bus helps them to learn about politics, to learn what a House resolution bill is all about. I bet if we went downtown right now and interviewed 10 people, 9 out of 10 of them could not tell us what a House resolution bill was actually, or how it gets enacted. These kids know, and they want to know more, and they want to be involved in our community. And I think that's a really great thing for us.
Oh, it's awesome. And, I really try to, when I'm talking to kids, boil it down into simple terms, because once you start getting into the weeds and you start trying to talk at them rather than talk with them, you see a lot of people tuning out. But when you're talking to them and you're engaging them, you see people's heads shake and you feel that they're engaged in the conversation, and hopefully they come away with a good experience today.
And to let them know that their voice really, really does matter. And like you said, they are our future. And that voice is going to be very important, because it's going to lead us when we're in our old age. We're going to need their help then.
No doubt about it. High school and college kids right now are very engaged and ready to go. I have a lot of them working on my campaign every single day across the state. They're ready. They understand the importance, whether it's fear, excitement, anxiousness, some sort of emotion is triggered that is making them really want to be a part of the process.
This is a great thing. You've got to tour the bus and see what all the kids are going through right now.
I have, and what a great resource for children, for students and citizens to access and have a window inside their government to see how we do it, when we do it, and what we're all about.
How important is it right now for us to really engage kids, to really get them back into the I don't want to say the political movement, but just to understand how government works? I think we've lost something over the last generation where people have gotten away from that. This C-SPAN bus comes in here and gives them that opportunity to see exactly how government works for them.
Oh, there's no question, and opportunities like this in a student's life can be transformational in that they see and are exposed to the layers of government, and having a better understanding always makes us more appreciative of the role that it might play in our lives. And that's the most important thing, is that these students understand that whether they may not see it significant now, down the road, government has a function and role in their lives.
As a state representative, you do a lot for our community that's always in the background that people don't see. And we want our children to understand exactly the things that you do for us down in Columbus. How do we make them more cognizant of being involved and probably and maybe and possibly being a part of that and helping you out?
Well, I think geography is an important lesson. Not only where our state capitals are and when our state governments are in session, but geography in terms of having their representatives and their singular voice in government come and speak to them and be present. And that's why I find this such a great opportunity to get in front of kids and have them ask questions. Some of the toughest questions I've ever had asked weren't by reporters, they were by high school students who, on a wide range of issues, basically ask about what government role plays in their lives.
What's walking by us right now is our future, and someday in another 10 years might be taking your job and helping us down in Columbus and maybe moving on to a national level. How would you, if you can give them words of encouragement to be involved, what would they be?
Well, that little bit of extra is what separates ordinary citizens from extraordinary citizens. And people who step forward and put everything on the line to run for office, to run for public office, understand that the role and responsibility of citizens is to be engaged, to be active, and to understand the issues that affect us so broadly. You know, e pluribus unum. For many there are one, and that is a key. That is a key role of being a public official, is ensuring that we have the role and voices of people in our lives as we present and debate the issues that are important to the day in the legislature or in Washington.
And we've got the first group of students coming off of the C-SPAN bus. So what was your perception of that when you walked through it?
Oh, I was just amazed when I came through it. It was a lot to take in when I first got in there. There were many cameras and computers and stuff like that, and it was just a lot to take in.
I wasn't really expecting it from a C-SPAN bus. I walked on with like little hope, but it was really cool to see.
And your aspirations for college after you get out of high school?
I definitely either want to go to USC or Ohio State. I think they're both great schools. I want to become a computer engineer.
Right now I'm looking for colleges. I'm just looking to go biology and then pre-med.
And one more question I'm going to ask every student that comes through here. How do you think that your voice, your one voice, means in society today after seeing something like the C-SPAN bus?
I've been given a lot more hope now that my voice can be recognized. Just because of the representatives I talk to, and a lot of their same viewpoints are shared with mine. So I feel like I'm being well represented in Congress and in the Senate. So I feel like I have a very strong viewpoint.
Even though I can't vote, I did like our local representatives, and when I can, I'd probably still keep it the same.
Give us your impressions.
I was actually really surprised with how technologically advanced it was. I was expecting it to be just like a regular bus, but it's actually really cool inside, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting much from what I'd learned about C-SPAN before we came to this experience, but it was very cool. There was a lot of technology, and I learned a lot when I was in there.
I think as a teenager, we're kind of the future of America, so having a voice in our government and being able to voice our opinions and stuff is important to how America will grow in the future.
Yeah, I definitely think it's very important. A lot of people just think their vote doesn't matter. The political efficacy has been very low lately, and we are, like she said, we're the voice of the future. Our vote matters, and we're the ones that are here to make a change.
So, Sean, what do you think about the C-SPAN bus? This is pretty incredible.
It is. C-SPAN is created by the cable industry. The bus has been around since 1993. It's hard to believe it's been around that long. This is a brand new bus this year, and it's a great resource. It's great for the communities. It's great for the cable industry, and C-SPAN as a concept is really a treasure for the American people. It allows them to see what's going on in the powerful halls of Congress without interpretation by the big news media, and we're very, very proud to partner with them.
I think it's a great opportunity for the students in the community to get involved in something like this. As Sean was saying, this bus travels, and it's very educational, and it's not biased. So very, very great opportunity for everyone.
And it's a wonderful thing for Armstrong to bring this here, and I'd like to thank you for that, because for our community it means an awful lot. They don't do this in all of the communities, and they chose Boardman and Poland, and that's in a great part thanks to Armstrong. I'm going to talk to Megan about that right now. You had a big part with that too.
I did. I worked with Adam Daniels, and we set this up with the high schools, and we decided to make it a very large-scale event.
And a large-scale event it is. Adam, bringing this bus, which is hitting all 50 state capitals, and now coming right here to Boardman and Poland, you had a big part in this.
Yes, we've partnered with C-SPAN before, and again, that's what makes Armstrong different, is we like to bring these types of events from different programmers, but in this case, C-SPAN, bring it right to the community and show them that value that what Armstrong is in the community and how we can get them involved in things like this, specifically with this one, with how they can get involved in government and just learning all the resources that are available.
What do you think about the kids getting an opportunity to see how government works firsthand by going through this bus? It is an incredible bus, too.
It's awesome for the kids. As has been mentioned, the theme is community, and Armstrong is all about community, as we all know.
It's really great. I think it's a really great opportunity for the kids. I mean, I think back to when I was in school, and this would have been something awesome to get to see and be a part of.
We're back with a few more students, and you just got off the C-SPAN bus. Give us your impressions of what you thought.
It was very nice. Very roomy inside for a bus, more than you'd expect.
How about all the computer screens that they had and what you can learn from each and every one of them?
Well, the high level of the more technology there is, it makes it easier for everyone to learn from it.
I was very surprised with the C-SPAN bus. I didn't know what I was exactly expecting to see in there, but the level of technology and the fact that they can actually record in the C-SPAN bus was very surprising to me. And I feel that it would really be useful for everything that they're trying to get across.
Did you watch C-SPAN, and be honest, did you pay a lot of attention before this? Did you watch C-SPAN at all?
No, I haven't. Not at all. I have never heard of it, actually.
After you've gone through this experience and you see how it works and the technology involved, will you pay a little bit more attention and watch C-SPAN?
Yeah, definitely. For sure. I mean, it'll give us coverage.
And we're now here with the assistant principal of Boardman High School, Ann Bott. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, the C-SPAN bus, what does this do for the students in Boardman? How does it give them an edge in their education?
Well, I'm just excited that they have something that is nationally known coming to visit them. We have all of our AP government students out seeing the bus today, and I just think it's a wonderful opportunity for their teacher, Mr. Brian Race, and all the students. There's 88 students total going through the bus today. It's just an unusual opportunity for them.
They all seem like they're enjoying it. It's a great thing to have to come to our community because it gives them a little bit of an insight on what happens locally and nationally. And we all need our kids to grow up and take over for us someday.
Absolutely. These are our kids who will be the future. I know we have future doctors, nurses, politicians, lawyers, everything. It's a great group of kids.
A wonderful group of kids. The questions that they're posing in front of the state representatives and the state senators are amazing. It's not like you're listening to 15, 16-year-old kids.
No, they're not your typical kiddos. These are brilliant minds of today. They really are. They make me proud every day.
What does it mean for something like this to happen nationally, to come to Poland here and let the kids experience something as great as this C-SPAN bus?
I think it's a wonderful experience for the young people to see what goes on a national and perhaps a world level as they see the operations of our political system in the C-SPAN bus.
And it gives them an opportunity also to maybe get their voice heard a little bit too.
Absolutely. On Government Day, that's what you want. You need involvement. This is the next generation that's coming up. This is the next generation that's going to lead us. So the more informed they can be, the better off all of us are going to be. So it makes for not only a better country, but a better world.
And we have to feel a little bit honored, too, because they're visiting all 50 capitals across the country, but very few select schools in Poland and Boardman are two that were chosen, and this is a great honor for them.
Absolutely, and Poland does have some recognition as excellence in its educational system, and to be picked for such a prestigious tour, nationwide, is just another feather in the cap, for the local school district here. I totally agree.
Grant, you just had a chance to go tour the C-SPAN bus, so what did you think?
It was a great experience and a wonderful opportunity for the youth to be able to learn about how our government works, how our government operates, and what it is all about.
Now, in the past, did you watch C-SPAN on occasion?
I have viewed it before on occasions. It's kind of, your regular program. It's all live, it's all raw footage. There's nothing edited. There's no partisan influence on what you are viewing.
After you toured this bus, will you maybe pay a little bit more attention and be a little bit more involved and be able to take a little bit more out of it when you watch it again?
Most definitely. The key concepts that you learn from what we were taught on the bus can help you understand what is actually going on and look for certain key information while watching the program.
What did you think? What were your impressions?
I first walked in, I thought it was very large. It was surprising how big it was on the inside. And it was cool to see all the computers, and then I went back further, and there was their own studio. It was really cool how they said they interviewed politicians live on the scene and just broadcast it, and it was all in the bus. I believe it's very important to be involved in the elections, even definitely locally. I mean, that's really what affects you. I mean, you're affected a lot by the large grand scheme of government, but also very much locally. So it's important to have good local leaders.
See that? We are safe and sound for the next 30 years because we've got great kids like Merrick that are going to take over and lead us in for the next generation. And we're back, and we have Laura Pepperny here, and you just toured the bus. Before we get into the tour, were you government-minded, civic-minded before you went on this bus? Did you pay attention to politics at all or government and how it worked?
I really enjoyed my government class last year. I took a junior year, so it was awesome to bring it back this year because I forgot a little bit over the years, but it was really cool. And then listening to everyone talk was interesting as well.
So you had government day here. Some of the local politicians came out and spoke to you, and then you got a chance to go out and view the big bus out there with all the computer screens and all the technology. It's pretty amazing what they have in there.
Oh, I completely agree. It was really cool and interesting to see that something that awesome goes around all the time and that it's nonprofit too. I thought that was really cool.
And C-SPAN, is it something that you've watched in the past?
I have never. I've heard of it, but I've never really watched it. But now I think I might have to.
Now, you just came off the C-SPAN bus. What were your impressions?
I did. I was very impressed with the C-SPAN bus and all of the materials they're providing to students, especially as captain of the debate team at our high school. I think it's a really valuable source for us to have.
Now, do you watch C-SPAN from time to time?
I do, actually. I have used it for multiple sources for my debate cases on weekends.
All right. Now that you're on the debate team, what are your aspirations once you get out of high school?
My aspirations once I get out of high school are to become a broadcast journalist and to participate hopefully in an organization like C-SPAN, particularly a nonpartisan news source. I believe they are very valuable to have. Yep.
Now, this had to be really great for you then to tour this bus, especially with the field that you're choosing to go into. Were there things that really impressed you more than others with the TV screens, or was it the back end stuff?
It was really just all the technology they had readily available to them. I think it was a really innovative way to be able to tour the country and actually participate in the events and report live coverage on them.
And it really makes you want to be a journalist now, doesn't it?
It really does.
What does it mean to have an event like this on Government Day, to have the C-SPAN bus come here for these kids and see all the technology and learn what they're about to see in this bus?
Just a fantastic opportunity. Again, anything we think that we can do to advance their education, anything that we think is going to aid in their learning, especially when it comes to government. We want to take full advantage of it. So we really thank you guys for making this opportunity possible.
It's really an honor for Poland to be one of the two schools in the area to be chosen to have this done. So that says a lot about what you're doing here at the high school. We've talked to some of the kids, and really some of the responses we've got are overwhelming at what they've seen in terms of technology. They're impressed about the different stations that they could go to, the different things that they could learn about Congress, about the Supreme Court, and it seems they're more interested in watching C-SPAN than they were ever before.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, that's part of, I guess, the learning process as a teacher is that these students nowadays are more involved in technology. And so anything that we can get that will add to that, we certainly need to take advantage of that.
Do you see the kids of today of being more involved politically or more government-minded than, say, in the last 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, yes, I would say so. I mean, obviously, it's no secret that there's been polarization in the country, and so yes, the students have picked up on that, and so they become still not real political, but certainly more political than students in the past.
But these children today, not children, but these young men and these young ladies are going to be the leaders of a very, very short future down the road for us. So they're having something like this with the C-SPAN bus really might just spark one of them to be that person that could change the world.
But absolutely, and the C-SPAN bus, and then to have the local politicians come out and sort of explain what they do and try to inspire them to some type of, let's say, civic responsibility, I think just adds to it. But yes, absolutely, anything that I think can capture the imagination of the students and move them in that positive direction, certainly a benefit.
Well, the C-SPAN bus is making its way back out of the Mahoning Valley right now, but not before hundreds of local students from Poland and Boardman high schools had an opportunity to go through it and tour it. It's a wonderful and enlightening experience for each and every one of them, and it was really great to talk to them and see what each of them had to say and what each of them got out of it. It was a great experience for us, for them to come from Columbus up to the Mahoning Valley, let us experience it. We're really thankful for it, and we're really thankful for Armstrong for working all of this out. It was a great team effort by everyone involved, from Poland High School, Boardman High School, C-SPAN, and the Armstrong team. So thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again real soon on another edition of Out and About.